Ew, I bet she didn't even wash it. The braids are down, and now I want to explain my hair at this point. So, I did experience matting, and I'm not surprised considering the amount of time that I left those braids up. I've experienced this before, and it's okay because I know how to deal with it. I want to show what I do just in case it helps you. So, let's go. This is about how much new growth I have. Where I'm making circles is where a braid was when this braid pattern was new and fresh. And this is where the braid was when I took that braid down. This is also where the hair is matted. I experienced matting because I left the braids up for far longer than the recommended time. I shed hair on a daily basis, but because my hair was braided, the shed hair had nowhere to go. So, over time, the hair strands began to tangle all up and mat. I do not try to pull the matted hair apart. I just clamp it away and continue on with the takedown. In some areas of my head, my hair is more matted, like on the left side, in the back, and the crown. And in places, I can't even see my scalp or the full length of my hair because the hair is tangled at the root. Now that you've seen my matted hair, here's the first thing that I do to take care of matting without causing damage. After dividing the hair into sections, I apply product and squeeze it in at the roots all the way down to where the hair is matted. I do not run my fingers through the matted section of hair or try to separate it. I apply more product on the hair shaft and smooth it in, but I only smooth where the hair is not matted. Squeezing gets the product to the hair strands that are matted without causing too much manipulation, like a comb or brush would. Then, the product will soften the dirt and the tangles. At this point, combs and other detangling tools are really unnecessary, so I am ready to move on to steaming. After applying the product, I pin my hair and get ready for a DIY steaming session. This is great if you're a college student and don't have a lot to spend on a steamer. Trust me, I've been where you are. So, here's what you can do. Take a plastic bag and cover your hair. Get a face towel and dip it in warm water, as warm as you can stand it, and place it on top of the plastic bag. Get a second plastic bag and put it over the warm towel. Then get a bonnet or scarf and place it on top of that plastic bag. And there you have it. The purpose of the bonnet was to trap in my body heat and the heat from the towel. The purpose of the warm towel was to add moist heat. Since hair reacts to heat, the heat will help the product to penetrate my hair strands and work quicker to soften the dirt, tangles, and overall matting. The purpose of the plastic bags was to hold steam from the warm towel and to keep the towel from lying directly on my head. And now I am ready to finger detangle. My goal for steaming was to make the hair softer and more pliable, and it worked. The hair is now conditioned, but of course it's still very dirty. My goal for this step is to separate the tangles at the root. I gently tug the hair and work my way down. If I get to an angry knot, I stop and try to work it out strand by strand. Of course, I couldn't save every single strand of hair, which for me is impossible. I repeat the same step throughout my entire head, working my fingers ever so slightly to separate the hair. I've reached my goal for this step, so now I move on to the next step. After finger detangling, I will now detangle using a wide tooth comb. I will show this step in real time and unedited for a while because I want you to see exactly how I do it. Just to note, I never go right into washing or shampooing my hair right after a protective style. From my past experiences, it will only make tangling worse. I always rest my hair after protective styles. If I wear extensions or braids, I never go right back and reinstall them just after I've taken them down. My hair would really be mad if I did that. Besides, protective styles such as braids or extensions are not necessary to grow longer hair. To ensure that I've thoroughly detangled, I go a step further and use a bristle brush, the same way that I use this comb, but I didn't show that step in this video. Here's a recap. I faithfully washed and deep conditioned my hair while wearing braids. I didn't use a comb to take down the braids, nor did I try to separate the matted hair. I applied a DIY mixture of herbs, oils, honey, and water and then squeezed it in. I saved money by doing a DIY steaming session, using plastic bags and a towel dipped in warm water. I finger detangled. Finally, I used a comb and a bristle brush. Well, that's how I safely detangle my matted hair after a protective style. Thanks for spending time with me, take care of yourself, and I will see you at the next party.